Hello everyone, I hope you can hear me now. So thank you everyone for tuning in to this awesome session. So it's an so finally Hacktoberfest has begun. So thank you for tuning in with Hacktoberfest with Aviyel, and we will wait few 1 or 2 minutes more to join, so that few participants might join. So let's wait for 1 2 minutes more, 1 minute more, and we'll start the session. Okay then. Yeah, I'll start it then. Thank you everyone for tuning in to this awesome session. So we are kicking off this Hacktoberfest right now. So this is the opening ceremony, and we are joined by Insa. So Insa is an lead DevRel at Showcase HQ, and me myself, I am Pramit. I handle most of the content bit on Aviyel platform. So thank you everyone for tuning in. So on the Hacktoberfest, this entire it's a month-long event. So we are planning to do lots of awesome stuff. We have planned lots of awesome speakers. So I'll quickly share my screen and show you the list of speaker that we have on this entire month-long period. Okay. I hope you can see my screen. So we have Insa today, and tomorrow we are joined by Muthu Anamali. He is also an awesome creator, content creator in general. And on October 5th, same time, we are joined by Uncle Big Bay. And on October 6th, Kartike Rawat will be joining us. And on October 7th, we have Pradumna Saraf. And on week 2, we are joined by Harshvardhan Mishra. And on October 10th, we are joined by Harshvardhan. And on October 11th, we are joined by Tapas Adhikari. And on October 12th, we are joined by Yuri. And on 13th, we have DC Mehta. So on the week 3, we are joined by Tapas again, and we have Jan Sesma, as well as Amit Savyasakche and Emil Pierce from Nobu. So yeah, so these are the event calendar that we have planned till now. It will be updated. So you can RSVP to that particular event right now. You can go to the blog. If anyone can say the blog link, then it would be awesome. Okay, I'll share it myself then. So you can visit this blog link and learn about what we are planning to do. So yeah, so week 1, so I'll go very briefly on what we are planning to do and how you as a participant can contribute to the session, contribute to the Hacktoberfest with Aviyel. So Hacktoberfest, it's a month-long period, as you have already known. Its main focus is towards helping the open source, the growth of the open source community. So Hacktoberfest with Aviyel is morely focused and centered towards non-code contribution and content creation. So week 1, what we are planning to do is you will learn and gain some insights about content creation, open source journey, and lots of awesome general stuff related to content creation, technical writing, non-code contribution. And yeah, and on week 2, you'll learn about technical writing in general and technical content creation in general. So you learn about how you can create a content from absolute scratch, how you can create awesome article, and what are the stuff that is required for you to do and to create some awesome content. So week 2 is centered towards content creation in general. And on week 3, we have week 3 and week 4 is more focused towards projects. So you can learn about open source projects from the creator and the maintainer himself. So they will be joining on week 3 and week 4, and they'll be talking about open source projects, their journey, and how they started their project and what that particular project is trying to solve. And yeah, week 4 and week 3 will be centered towards projects, the open source project. So how you as a participant can contribute to this Hacktoberfest. So week 1, right after this session, you'll receive sets of topics to write on, and we'll share you the topics. So stay tuned till the end of the session because you will receive lots of boatload of topics to write on. So you can start, you can choose one particular topic and start writing on that topic. So the topic will be very simple for week 1. It's a tips and tricks for the developers, and the topic is very simple. You can easily wrap it up in 2-3 days. But so you need to submit it before October 7th, and remember that the deadline for this week is by October 7th, and the topic that you will receive is you will receive by the end of this session, this particular session. And on week 2 is the more centered towards general stuff. You'll learn about technical writing, technical content creation, and you'll receive the topic on the first event of week 2 by the end of that session, or between the session itself. You'll receive the list of topic to write on, and you can write on that topic and submit it to us by within the deadline. So also the deadline for the week 2 is October 17th, and for week 3 you can pick one particular project. We have Novo, React Play, Metacall. You can pick one project, attend that session, and learn that project in depth. Let's say if you pick Test Sigma, you can learn about the Test Sigma from the creator himself or the contributor himself. We have Amit Sabesakshi. He'll be guiding you through about the entire stuff, that what that particular project is trying to solve, and what you'll be learning, and what is the motive behind that open source project. And you'll learn lots of awesome stuff. So by the end of the session, you'll receive the topics related to that particular project, and you can start working on that topic. And week 3 and week 4, so the topic that you receive on that event, you have 1 week deadline to submit it. And yeah, and also we'll drop you the link of the Discord channel as well on the chat, so you can take a look at that channel, and we'll share the list of articles there as well, so don't forget to check that one out. So yeah. So these are the stuff that we have planned. So let's discuss about the rules. So it's not mandatory. The content should be article only, article focused. You can create a video. You can create, a content towards that particular project, or towards the topic that we provide to you. So you can create a video, article, and whole lots of content from it. But there are certain rules that you need to follow. But I want to highlight 2 main rule. One is try not to add any explicit kinds of images, and avoid unacceptable content. So try to stay away from that. And the submission must be original work. Try not to plagiarize the content, and stay away from plagiarism, and try to make your content original as possible. So 15% of plagiarism is accepted only if you provide good references to that content. So all the rules are listed on our blog itself. You can check it out. And these are the stuff that we have planned. So if you have any question, you can drop it on the Q&A session, and I will definitely check it out, and I will try to answer. If you don't have any questions, then we can start So we have Insa in house. So I'll start. I have a few questions for her, and yeah. So if there is any question, you can drop it on the Q&A section. I'm happy to answer. Let's wait for 1 minute. So is there any question? Okay then. So yeah, I would like to welcome Insa. She is lead Dibril at Showcase HQ. So Insa, hi, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah. So how are you doing? Can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Yes, I would love to.
Mm.
So, thank you, Pramit, for having me today. I'm really looking forward to this conversation. So, hey everyone, my name is Insha, and I am working as a lead developer advocate at Showcase. Showcase is a platform built for coders, people who are software developers, product analysts, and a lot more in the tech industry. So make sure to check that out. I am also a content creator, creating content around web technologies. I mostly focus on web development. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any queries regarding content creation, community engagement, web dev, and everything related to DevRel. So yeah, that's pretty much about me.
Yeah. So thank you for your input. And yeah, you are a very successful content creator. So do you feel? I mean, what do you feel is the key towards creating content consistently?
Okay. I don't consider myself as that successful content creator, but thank you for saying that. Uh, so I feel like being consistent in whatever you do is really important. Be it content creation, be it learning something, like literally with everything. So content creation is a lifelong process. It takes a lot of patience and consistent value addition in order to stand out as a content creator. I'm talking generally about the tech space because I am involved into that. uh, so people who start out their journey into the content creation, in the very beginning their approach is really wrong. uh, that's why uh, at a certain point of time what they feel is they get burned out and think like content creation is not for them. So for the people starting out their content creation journey, what I suggest is to follow 80-20 rule. So what is 80-20 rule? When you are joining any platform as a content creator or even as someone to just observing what content is going around, you must find a niche for yourself, a niche of your interest. Get engaged with the people in that niche. Try to 80% engage with the people in your niche. Look out for the content, observe what they are creating and what is working and what is not working. Observation is a really important part when you are starting out. And go for 20% of creating content, because in the early phase nobody knows you, nobody knows who you are, what you are going to create. So it is very important to establish the relationship in the early phase with the creators that are already there. So that is one of the advice that I generally prefer giving to the newbies, and I have also followed that and it has worked a lot. Also, like a lot, there are certain frameworks when it comes to content creation, so people should be keeping those frameworks in their mind in order to move forward. And the mistakes that we have committed in our journey, we try to share those experiences through various forms of content, be it blog posts, be it threads on socials. So feel free to look out for those content and try to avoid the mistakes that we did because of the lack of observation, lack of knowledge. So it is more easy for you to pick up with the content creation. So feel free to check it out.
Yeah, definitely. The 80-20 rule is really awesome. Yeah, let's dive back to Hacktoberfest.
Okay.
So, let's start from the very basic answer. So, let us know what is Hacktoberfest. Let's say our audience are, I mean, we have a very general audience. So, uh, can you explain a bit more about what is Hacktoberfest and how to get started contributing to that?
Yeah, sure. So Hacktoberfest is a month-long celebration of open source community that is organized by DigitalOcean. So every year, DigitalOcean encourages every individual to participate in open source projects throughout this month of October. This time, DigitalOcean is more heavy on non-code contribution as well. With non-code contribution, I mean that people who don't know how to code but they want to contribute to the open source projects in some way. So this is a great opportunity for them this time, as they can go ahead with the non-code contribution via writing blog posts, articles, making videos, designing UI UX, organizing events, and a lot more is there this time. So it is a really good opportunity for both the contributors from coding side and the non-coding portion. Also, Hacktoberfest is for everyone, whether it is your first time or you are making your 100 PR or merge request. So don't feel like if it is your first time, you're not gonna make it. Just go through the rules that are necessary for getting your pull request PR merged. You need 4 pull requests to be merged in order to be counted for Hacktoberfest. So yes, feel free to go for that. And I know that open source journey in beginning is very intimidating. You might feel very daunting experience, but there are a lot of resources out these days in Hacktoberfest to assist you. So go through those, and if you feel stuck at some point, feel free to reach out to the people in the community, as everybody is looking out to help to the all the participants. So that is what I will say.
Yeah, exactly. So, Hacktoberfest is, I mean, you can contribute towards code as well as non-code bit. So, on the
Yes.
code section, you can morely focus towards contributing. I mean, you can create your own, add your own features. You can add your plugins. I mean, you can create your own SDK of that particular project. And on the non-code bit, you can contribute to the documentation, and
Yes.
you can even translate that particular documentation. And not only that, you can also help on API, creating an API references, and you can also
Fixing
create
a
an
typo maybe.
advocate. Yeah, you can advocate open source project. That's
Yeah.
the main bit of non-code contribution. So yeah, let's jump back to the journey. Yeah, we saw one of your LinkedIn posts from an quote from an introvert who shied away from public speaking to a successful content creator and DevRel at Showcase HQ. So we'd love to hear about your journey, especially into the content creation, and I'm sure it will inspire the folks who have joined this session. So yeah, would you like to say
Yes.
something? Yeah.
Yes. So yes, I was an introvert, and to some extent, I still feel I am.
Mm,
In the early days of my content creation, my preferred medium of expressing my knowledge, my thought was through the written content. As I wasn't that comfortable being on screens that time, people in my niche loved what I was creating, be it useful resources, breaking down the complex topics into chunks of blog posts, threads,
mm,
and a lot more. But it was still veiled behind the screens, and that human connection was missing. Uh, so slowly I started being active on Twitter spaces, talking about content creation, communities, topics around web development, and a lot more, which actually built that missing connection, that piece that was missing with me and my audience. That space medium helped me to connect that. So it was a nice take, and this gave me a realization that only written medium is not a good practice, and I should definitely engage more via communicating with the audience and knowing their pain points and helping them resolve what they are going through. So since then, I have been to several spaces, conferences, giving talks, and it has been an amazing journey so far. I won't say that I am not having the stage fright now. I still experience that, and it is really normal. I used to believe that I get that much nervous being on stage, and so that is not normal, but it is. But it is normal, and you just need to tackle the first 10 seconds. The first 10 seconds of your nervousness,
Yeah.
and the rest is goes well with the flow. So
So
coming
yeah.
back, yeah.
Yeah. No. 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 Good.
So coming back to the content creation, that is something that I personally enjoyed a lot, and I used to be so excited to create another piece of content a day ahead, and I used to completely plan the whole week, write content. So that was something I really loved, and there is a saying like if you love what you do, it becomes a piece of cake for you. So it indeed helped me a lot planning content. Again, I would say like content creation is no joke, as it takes an ample amount of researching, curating, and developing the right content for your audience. So yes, that is something that I experienced.
So yeah. So basically, your advice is to keep pushing yourself.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. It is. It keep pushing yourself and try to find, look for the ways that are right and the content that your audience actually needs, instead of creating something that is so everyone is creating it out. Try to interact with your audience and think of what are the pain points. The questions that they ask you are the answers to your content
Yeah.
creation. Yeah. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So you have a really good followers, and so how has the community helped you in your journey? Uh,
Okay, I love communities, and like when it comes to how community has played a role in my journey, I believe that connecting with a community of your interest is the best approach to showcase your work and increasing your followers or audience or whatever. Because like one of the best part of learning or building in public is the community aspect. Think of it like we are all going through a similar experience of endless learning together. Oftentimes we think what to learn, how to learn, what are the resources, imposter syndrome, and a lot more. Like learning is a huge struggle sometimes, and it can be a very daunting journey alone. But we have to learn, right? Because that is how we all grow. And with a community beside, it becomes a much more pleasant experience, because when you are a part of the community, a lot of people alongside you is learning the same thing, is going through the same thing, having the same problem. And when you are a part of a community, it becomes very easy for you and for them to tackle those issues collaboratively, work on a project, build stuffs together, do a lot of collaboration. Like the community that vouch for you is a proof that you are doing something good. I believe like community is your best supporter and your best critic. So
yeah.
that is
Exactly.
how community actually play a great role in anyone's journey.
So yeah. Exactly. So keep pushing yourself and involve in as much as community as possible. I mean,
Right.
the community that fits. for you, and try to grow. I mean, try to grow yourself. I mean, try to push yourself to the limit. So yeah, one question on your DevRel aspect as well. So as a DevRel, how is your day-to-day life or day in a life look like? So also, can you also elaborate a little more about DevRel to the people who are new to this space?
Okay, I would love to talk about develop.
Yeah.
Uh, so talking about how my day-to-day task looks like as a developer. As a developer, my day-to-day task involves three portions in general. If I say, the first one is like creating content, be it writing threads, blog posts, being on different podcasts, YouTube videos, etc. The second involves the communication with the community. I love interacting with the community, be it any medium, written medium, via Zoom calls, via spaces, podcast, a lot more. So we have to circle back, getting feedbacks on our features, knowing their pain points, trying to resolve them, looping the feedback back to the engineering team to create better features for them. What is working, what is not working, what are the requirements developer needs. So getting feedback is also important. Knowing your community perspective is also important around the product. The third point is collaborating. We Devrel loves collaborating with other Devrels. So
Mm,
collaboration is one of the major thing. We continuously look for collaborations that work for both our community as well as our product in general. So we work on launching various initiatives, working towards their implementation, launching new activities, programs that goes around the community. So that is pretty much how my DevRel day-to-day task looks like. Coming back to the next question, elaborating about what DevRel is to the people. So I believe that developer relation is the bridge between the developer users and the company that is building the product.
mm,
Uh, if you ask me like what are the main tasks that goes around, so I believe like the main task of the developer relations is to build the relationship with the users, the
mm,
potential users, mediate between them and the company, and advocate for the best interest. Like developer advocates do to the company, they represent the community, and to the community they represent the company. They have to circle back and forth. Yeah.
So yeah, so DevRel, to be a good DevRel, you need to focus on, I mean, the consistency, of course, and
Right.
community, and building a bridge between developer and the product itself.
Right.
So, oh, nice. So
That is how to
one,
sum up.
yeah. So yeah, one last question. What are the suggestion and advice you have for the people who are starting their journey in open source? DevRel.
Okay.
I mean, let's get. I mean, let's stick to the DevRel first. So, any suggestion and advice for people to? I mean, if they are starting the journey in DevRel, so if you have any suggestion, then it would be awesome.
Okay. So people who are looking to go for the developer relation ecosystem, they need to be very clear with the two questions. That is, why do I need to be a developer advocate? Like, if you are good at some tech stack, you can be a software engineer. Why do you want to go for developer relation? Right.
Mm,
If you are good with communicating with the community, you can be community managers. You can pick a certain portion of devrel. So you need to be very clear about the fact that what is your interest looks like. Because
mm,
if I talk about devrel is an umbrella that has a lot of substack inside that, be it technical writer, be it developer advocates, be it developer relations engineer. There is a lot of small branches that people often misconcept regarding the whole devrel. They think
mm,
that everything is the developer advocate, but it is not. There are certain branches for specific roles, specific responsibilities. So try to look for your interest. If you're good at writing blog posts, breaking complex topics into small chunks of easy to understand language for the developers, you can easily go for the technical writing aspect. So know the whys, know why you want to get into developer relation and what are the requirements. Look for the companies of your interest and try to like apply for that. It might be like you are not that active on social media. Being a social media presence is something that helps at some extent, but if you're not having it at all, it doesn't matter, because a lot of people who are in the developer ecosystem, they are not even active on any social media, but they are
Yeah.
doing some amazing work. I know that you might also be knowing some of the very familiar names. So yeah, think of it if you are ready for the role, because several involves a lot of work. uh, it can be like hectic a lot of times, like traveling to conferences, going for a lot of technical events, doing live streams, recording podcasts, creating
Yeah.
content, writing blog posts. Like there is a lot to do, a lot. So think of it before just going, because it is a lot in demand right now. Because it is important to think before switching roles. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, one final question, and I won't bug you. So yeah, let's jump back to the Hacktoberfest and open source. So yeah, any suggestion and advice for, I mean, from you, for people who are starting their open source journey? Yeah.
Okay, I said it in the beginning and I'll say it again, that open source journey for beginners can be intimidating, but still, I would suggest you guys to go for small contributions first. Like, even if it is for fixing a typo, that is also counted as a contribution. And a lot of people who started their open source journey back a few years already also started with fixing a typo. So that is not uh, something that should be ignored, because like code contribution is important, we know, but the non-code contribution is also very much needed, like working on documentation, translating something. E- and right now this time, DigitalOcean has provided with a lot more options to go for when it comes to contributing to open source. uh, so go for it, and at times you'll find yourself in a place not knowing how to proceed. In that case, feel free to reach out to the community members and ask your questions in public. Don't try to DM someone and ask your specific needs, because like everyone right now during the Hacktoberfest is managing a lot, be it the contributor or be it the maintainer. So bugging them via DMs is not a good practice. So go through asking your questions in public, because it might be possible that someone in the community might respond to you immediately and you get to know what was bugging you. So that is something that I'll recommend. And just remember, open source is welcoming to all, be the first time contributor or being a part of it for like ninth time. So it is very much okay to contribute small at first. Just look out for those repositories labeled as Hacktoberfest, and go through the rules of those repositories, go through the contributors section, try to understand the issue first and try to research on your own. And if you get stuck at something that you cannot solve and you are being stuck for long, then go ahead and ask your question in public. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So Hacktoberfest is, you can contribute code and non-code. So as we have seen, there are lots of code contribution going on, but no one is trying to morely, I mean, focusing on non-code contribution. So Hacktoberfest with Aviyel, what we are planning to do is we are focusing more towards content creation. non-code contribution. So yeah, thank you, Insa, for joining us today in this opening ceremony of Hacktoberfest with Aviyel. So it's an huge honor to chat with you. And yeah,
It
I
was
think
really
we have few, yeah, we have few Q questions as well. So from our participants. Um, hey Insa, there is one question from Adam. How do you find your content niche? Can you check out your Q&As at these
how do
sites,
you
please?
find?
Your content niche.
Okay, how do you find your content niche? So that depends. Like, I was working as a web developer. I was learning web development. So my niche preferably is the front end development, right? So I know what it is. So if you are a software developer, you know which niche you belong to. If you are a startup founder, you know which niche you belong to. So that is pretty much about what you are learning, what you are working on. That answers this question. Like, what else you need to know about how to know your niche?
Yeah, I hope Adam that answers your questions. So we have next question as well. Okay, as a community and they will lead, what are your goals for the community?
Okay,
So
that is a nice question. Who asked this? May I know the name?
it's from Jose.
Okay, that's a nice question,
Yeah.
Jose. Uh, so, as a community lead or as a DevRel, my approach is like I want to build an ecosystem for the community members from different parts of the world to feel at home. Like, there are communities out there that are too good in assisting the community members. What we lack somehow is like the people are navigating forth and back to different communities in search of uh, getting the equal opportunity, getting the right ample amount of experience, be it uh, engaging, be it creating, be it getting job opportunities. So right now I am handling Showcase community. We are having more than 400 plus communities worldwide, and our goal is to build an ecosystem that helps the developers be on the same platform that provides them all, be it representation, represent them as who they are as a programmer, communicate with the community, and get the job opportunities. So that is the goal right now, to let developers get that platform that is much needed right now for the community members to actually get them land a certain high pay scaling job and being involved in all the community initiative that is there for their career growth.
Yeah, awesome. I hope that answers your question, Zeus. So we have one question as well. So you have a very huge Twitter followers. I mean, you're massive. So there's one question from Harshit. So he says, "I'm active on Twitter for a very long time, but not able to grow on Twitter. What is the correct strategy for that?" So can you
That,
share us
yeah,
some
that
tips
is
and tricks?
what we talk. Like, people generally go for the wrong approach that leads to them to think that content creation is not for them. So Harshit, you, I don't know, like, what is your approach right now for the content creation. But some of the suggestions that I mentioned is like, if you are being a part of tech Twitter for a long time and still not experiencing any growth right now, you might need to think of the niche you are a part of. The content that you're creating, is it something that your audience actually needs? And the third thing, very important, is you might not be engaging with other people in your niche. That is very important. Like, if you won't be engaging and knowing people in your niche, how can you even expect them to revert back?
Yeah.
Right. So that is three things that I will say. And I have created a lot of tips and tricks content thread you can find on my Twitter handle. So feel free to go for that. That are some frameworks that has worked for a lot of creators starting out their journey. So I believe that would be of your help. And if it doesn't help you out, or you don't easily find it, feel free to DM me. I'll be happy to assist you.
Okay. So Harshit, I hope you that answers that question as well. So yeah, I won't take your time, but one last question.
Okay.
From uh, Sai Assis. So how to get into DevRel as a fresher? So can you name some of the companies that hire freshers for DevRel?
Okay, so like getting into DevRel, we already talked about what are the things that you need to be a DevRel, because like just being getting a job in DevRel is not a big achievement. The achievement is like how much impact you create for the community that is around that certain product. So I won't name some companies that are hiring right now, because there are a lot of companies and they don't want to left out someone. So you might go for several job boards that continuously post about the recent openings. That would be useful for you. Or even on Twitter, you can find a lot of job opportunities being posted continuously. So feel free to check them out and see if that is something for you, because Devrel is something that really needs to be thought of before going for that job, because it is hectic at times. It involves a lot of work. So think of it, if you need to be a developer or just a developer. So yes.
So yeah, I hope that answers your question. So choose your career yourself, be wisely, and do it wisely. So yeah, thank you, Insa, for tuning into this and making this session, I mean the opening ceremony, even more brighter. So
Thank you.
thank you for
Thank you for
joining.
having me, Pramit. I really enjoyed talking to you, even though it was our first interaction, but it didn't felt like that. So thank you for having me, and I'm really looking forward to this whole Aviyel initiative for the Hacktoberfest and how this is gonna help all the non-code contributors as well. So kudos to all the Aviyel team and for like curating these whole initiative. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much for giving I mean, a light to the session. So yeah, okay, I want to head back to the Hacktoberfest again. So if you guys have any question, you can just shoot it out the Q&A or the chat section, and I'm happy to pick it up. Okay, if you don't have any question, then I'll just walk you through the process um, back again on the stuff. So yeah, so week one we are celebrating from October 1st to October 8th. Week two celebration starts from October 9th to October 15th. Week three celebration starts from October 16th to October 22nd, and week four celebration, the end of the entire feast, will start from October 23rd and ends at October 28th. So, and the winner announcement will be on the October 31st. So I forgot to mention what you will be earning. I mean, what are the prizes that you will be receiving once you complete this entire session. So participants, the the contributor will receive badges, virtual badges, Hacktober theme based virtual badges, And every week, your article will get pushed out on our various social media channels, on LinkedIn, Twitter, and all the other social media. And the best contributor during this Hacktoberfest will receive swag box, goodies from Aviyel and from projects as well. So yeah, these are the prizes. I forgot to mention in the first. So these are the stuff that you'll be receiving in this Hacktoberfest. And the rules, we have already discussed about that. And week one, it's like the theme of the week one is decoding the open source. Week two, streamlining the content, technical content creation. And on the week three and week four is more towards the projects. You learn about the open source projects that we have, Novu, React Plain, Metacol, and Test Sigma, and much more. And we'll update the blog, so stay tuned in this blog. Keep refreshing your page, and we have lots of events lined up for this entire month. And now, I think that's it. We are kicking off this event, and now you'll receive some of the topics. You okay? Okay, I'll share you the list of topics that you can start working on it now. Okay, if Ram and Adityan can hear me, then can you um, send out the forms and Discord channel links on the chat? Okay, I'll share it myself. Then. Okay. Give us a few seconds. I'll update the link. Okay, so yeah. Okay, I'll share my screen where you can access all the list uh, of the topics. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. Okay, go to the Discord channel and our Discord server, our real Discord server, and head over to this channel. It's under random. It's Hacktoberfest with Aviyel. This is the list. This is the list of topics. So join to this channel. If you guys can provide the link on the chat, then it would be awesome. So Ram, Adityan, if you can hear me. Uh, oh, awesome. Here is the link. So I hope you got the link. Now, yeah. So these are the list of topics that you can work on. We have uh, sets of topics. You can pick one particular topic, pick one title, pick one topic, and you can start working on that topic. You can create content, I mean articles. You can create listicle kind of an article. We have listicle kind and we have general topics. So you can create a content out of it. It can be video, it can be an full-fledged article. So the deadline for that is on October 7th. So yeah. So yeah, feel free to check it out. It's on our Discord server and on the Hacktoberfest with Aviyel channel. So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in to this session. And we are kicking off this event right now. So once you are done with it, stay updated on that channel. You'll receive a submission form and where you can pick one particular topic, write on that particular topic, and submit via that submission form. And on week 2, check out that channel and don't forget to tune in to that to the first event of week 2 as well to receive the list of topic for the week 2. So, and once you are done with that topic, the deadline for week 2 is October 17th. And on week 3, pick one particular project, start working on that. Project. I mean, join that event and learn about that particular project. And by the end of that event, you receive a list of topics, and you can start working on that topic. So yeah, Hacktoberfest, we have officially begun. So it's a content-centric, non-code-centric fest. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We are already too late. Let's close this session then. Okay. Before I close it, there is some question. So what do you mean by celebration? So it's a celebration where our community can get involved, and you can win some swags, win some gift hampers from the projects as well as from our side. So you will learn about content creation, about open source, about all the non-code contribution stuff from absolute scratch, because we have renowned speakers lined up. We have awesome sets of speakers. So tune in, learn from it. It's absolutely free of charge. You don't have to pay a single dime. So thank you. And let's celebrate this Hacktoberfest together. Way to publish your article. First, you can create a Google Doc and start working on that doc. And once you are done with that article, you can submit that article. So on the submission form, at the end of the you'll receive. I mean, there is a section where you have to submit a Google Doc link. So save the doc link where the doc where you will be writing the article. So yeah, check out the Typeform link. There is, it's very descriptive. We have described everything in a very detailed manner, so you can check it out. Is there a word limit or writing style guide for the contribution? So yeah, okay, I'll save you my screen. Okay, go to the blog and on the limitation of the article, the word limitation is around 800 words. So first week, okay, go to the ultimate guide, this link. There is a references, how you can start working on that particular topic. And not only that, if you are a complete beginner, then you can join this session. Join tomorrow's session with Muthu. So he will be teaching you how to write a awesome article, how to write a technical content, how you can create a content in general, and bit of an open source stuff as well. So you learn. If you are a complete beginner, join tomorrow's session. So I'll drop that event link on the chat as well. Okay, I'll reply to that. Okay. So yeah, if you are a complete newbie, if you are just starting your technical content creation journey, then tune in to the session. We have, this whole week is packed. Same time tomorrow, we have awesome sets of speaker. We have an expert and renowned creator and a renowned speaker. So join that session, learn from it, and write and create the content out of it. Once you gain some knowledge, you can start creating content out of it. So these are the topics we have already provided you on the Discord channel link. On the Discord Hacktoberfest with Aviyel. So join Aviyel server, join to that Hacktoberfest with Aviyel channel, and click on that spreadsheet and pick one particular topic and start working on it. You'll receive the Typeform link on that very channel. So stay tuned and stay updated to that channel. We'll provide you everything you need on that channel. And if you are also a newbie and want some guidance, we have mentors lined up, so you don't have to worry about that. You can drop a message on that channel as well, and we are happy to help you out. Yep. So thank you everyone for tuning in to this awesome session. So we are finally at the end of this ceremonial session. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Have a great day. Yeah. See you on the flip side. Bye.